Twitch, but if you're on YouTube, welcome. Welcome, as we discuss video game news today. So to start off with, we have Jack Black's Bowser Ball censored incident, which was on, what was it? The Kelly Clarkson show. So I'm not going to show the footage. You can find it all over Twitter. Most of you have probably already seen it, but he was on Kelly Clarkson's show trying to promote the new Super Mario movie, and apparently no one in wardrobe checked the Bowser outfit right here before he put it on, because apparently he was showing off more than he should have. A little bit more of Jack Black was shown than most of us would probably want to see. I love Jack Black and everything, but yeah, I want to see his Weibo, so to say. So yeah, Kelly Clarkson, do better with your um, costume department. Oh, damn it, there it is. With your costume department, make sure they check this stuff before, they come out there like that. And, Jack Black being Jack Black was doing a bunch of kicking, and, let's just say he was really showing it off for everybody to see. So, but, April 5th, Super Mario movie comes out, so still excited for that. But yeah, just something funny I saw on Twitter and I thought we should talk about. So, good job, Jack Black, but yep, we've all seen more than Jack Black than we'd ever thought we would. Moving on. Dead by Daylight is supposedly getting a movie, and this is from director James Wan, so that would be pretty cool. He does pretty good horror movies and action stuff, but the problem with this is an asymmetrical horror game with no real backstory in it, so good luck making a script for that. But with the success of The Last of Us, this is something we're going to hear more and more. They're trying to adapt more and more games into movies, and this is actually coming from Blumhouse, who is trying to adapt more video game movies. They said they want to get more video game licenses and make more video game movies, and Dead by Daylight is going to be the first one, but it only has a reported budget of $2 million, because they're trying to do yeah, see, Blumhouse Game will produce indie horror games with a budget of $10 million or less. So they're not going to be big budget Marvel Disney type stuff. So development day by day reportedly costs $2 million, but right now they don't have a script or really anything for it. They're just pretty much saying, hey, we want to do a Dead by Daylight movie. That's pretty much James Wan and what Blumhouse are saying is they want to do a Dead by Daylight movie. So keep an eye out for that in the near future, and we'll see how that goes. This was something that kind of blew up on Twitter earlier this week. This whole article about there's no saving Cyberpunk. Now, I actually read into this, and a little bit. I kind of skimmed it, but I think people are making a bigger deal of this than what it really is, because he's pretty much just saying, they can't release games like this anymore. It can't come out this broken. He does say that it's gotten a lot better and it's definitely playable now, but it was a problem when it came out. It's pretty much what I took away from all of this. I'm not going to go through and read it all, but this guy got a lot of heat for posting this article, and I think it was more just the title of "There's No Saving Cyberpunk 2077." Could be completely wrong. Again, just skim through it. To be this game for better or worse. Yeah, well, it's always going to be Cyberpunk 2077, but at least it's gotten better and it's in a playable state. And he does kind of go into that, but I think it's more just about how this game launched and about modern gaming and how this is becoming kind of a bigger thing now. So, I don't know. If you have time, read into it. Let me know your thoughts. Put it in the comments. Let me know if I'm wrong. But yeah, I don't think it's as big of a deal. But yep. Moving on. Forspoken Studio being absorbed back into Square Enix. So Loomis Production Murder is the ones, I guess, that made Forspoken, or the production company behind Forspoken. And I guess from what I've kind of gathered from this is Square Enix kind of gave them the reins to do what they wanted with Forspoken. And as we've all seen, a lot of people are not liking Forspoken. I just don't like the gameplay. I don't have a PlayStation. I haven't got to play, but from what I've seen, it just looks like shoddy gameplay and poor gameplay from Square Enix, who have been kind of doing this a lot. So I don't know how much of this is Lumos and how much of this is Square Enix, but as of, what was it? When was this posted? Wednesday? So as of Tuesday this past week, they are now back to being, I guess, not Lumos anymore. I guess they're just part of Square Enix now. So I don't know if that's necessarily sad since it didn't look like they had a real good brain on what they were doing or making, but they're still saying, let's see, uh, as well as releasing Forspoken prequel DLC. Yeah, currently slated for the summer. So there's still DLC. There's still stuff coming for Forspoken, but this might be the last Lumos production game all on its own. But only time will tell. And it's something I talked about when we played Hogwarts Legacy together was Hogwarts Legacy certainly seems like it was supposed to have footage, but at the last minute they removed it. So this just talks about if you played Hogwarts Legacy, you know the very beginning of the game, due to an unfortunate injury on the pitch last spring's final, this year's Quidditch season has been canceled, which just seems like a way to take out Quidditch and to kind of, say, hey, there's no Quidditch in this game at all. But it's just so weird because, spoiler alert for people who haven't played it, you do get to fly a broom right off the bat. So it just seems like the Quidditch field is there too. You can fly around it. There's balls, the quaffles, and everything. I'm pretty sure there's a golden snitch that flies around Hogwarts if you're in the right spot at the right time. So it just seems like there's a lot of Quidditch stuff, but at the last minute, for whatever reason, maybe it wasn't working with the rest of the game. Maybe they couldn't get it to work with everything else. But see, there's a picture of you flying. But it was removed, and then there's the DLC dilemma where they said they weren't going to make DLC for it, or they had no focus on DLC right now. But then shortly after that, it came out that it sold 12 million copies in 2 weeks. So, it's possible that now that WB might backtrack and want to make as much of this as possible. So hopefully, I really think not having Quidditch in here is one of the few downfalls to this game and one of the few flaws it has. But DLC, give us DLC, WB. It's sold well enough. We all love it well enough. Everyone's liking it well enough. So give us DLC, please. I will buy DLC. So more layoffs in the gaming industry. EA lays off 200 Apex Legends testers over a Zoom call. So that's kind of the bigger deal. Is this wasn't announced or discussed really with anyone except the very high ups at EA that this was going to happen. It was in Baton Rouge. Wait, is that Baton Rouge? LA office? I don't know. Were abruptly laid off during a surprise Zoom call on Tuesday. So this was they were just told they had a Zoom call, a mandatory meeting to show up to, and then all of them were laid off. They all lost their jobs, which is really shitty and fucked up. But this might be due to the fact that Apex Legends Mobile was recently canceled, or they said they weren't going to release it, so obviously they don't need that anymore. But either way, it's a shitty way for EA to do it. It's somewhere in here it says even like managers didn't know these layoffs come a month after EA also canceled AFN up, as well as in development for QA support. Well, I can't find it. But somewhere in here it does say something about even managers didn't know this was gonna happen. So this was just a huge surprise. Now a bunch of people were unaware that they were about to lose their jobs, and they just went into work or got up to go to work and went to a meeting and lost their jobs. So cut it the fuck out, EA. Hopefully these people find good jobs, but either way, this is something we see happen way too much in the video game industry of just random layoffs, mass layoffs, and no warnings. It happened to Tall Tale, and now EA is doing it, but EA is a bigger company, so they can get away with it, but hopefully not. And finally, Mercy player wins competitive Overwatch match by hiding in a bush. So apparently there was an Overwatch 2 tournament recently, and there's also a bug in the new map where if you emo near a bush, it will just suck you into the bush and people can't see you. So this team won because they were objecting the payload, but they couldn't find out who it was on the other team because they were hiding in a bush and they couldn't be seen or anything. So it's just a cheap glitch that this person exploited. I don't think it says if they were punished yet or not. Bush responsibly, please. I think he tried claiming he didn't even know, but that's bullshit. But yeah, if you guys know about these things, don't do them in competitive tournaments. It's pretty much the same as cheating, and he should face the same consequences as someone that's like aimbotting or anything like that. But at the same time, Blizzard should test these maps better, or maybe not put the newest map in competitive rotation until it's been, thoroughly played out. But I don't pay attention to Overwatch. I don't really know much. I thought it was just funny that Mercy gets a lot of shit for not being the most useful character offensively, but this person managed to win a whole game with Mercy, even though he cheated. He had to cheat to do so. But yeah, so that'll be it for this week's session. So if you're on YouTube, make sure to comment down below what you like, what you don't like, what I can do better, all that good stuff as we move forward. Make sure if you're also watching to subscribe, like, that really helps out my channel a lot. Come over to Twitch and watch me live, where I'm live 6 to 7 days a week, so come follow that. The link should be down below. Click all those links. I'm also brought to you by World of the Warships, so go over to my Twitch channel, click on that, and my About Me, play a little bit, and help support the channel, keep this going. So thanks everyone on YouTube, I appreciate it, and I will see you all real soon, hopefully.